he said, hey, one of the other heifers out here really looks like she's maybe going to be having a baby. Said her bag's starting to fill up, and she had a pretty good sized belly. And he was talking to me at church about it, and he said if I see anything to let him know. Well, that was a week ago today, Sunday. That afternoon, when actually we had church dinner, and when I got home from church dinner, he was out here in the pasture. And just so happened, he had just pulled the baby calf out of the mama heifer. Hey, what's up, everybody? John here, Delighted Acres Farm, and I'm headed out to see how the chickens are doing. It's not quite even. It is evening time, but it's not quite time for them to go up. The sun is actually still out, and it's Sunday evening, and it is beautiful outside. It's a little chilly, but we've got a really just a light breeze blowing. It's not too bad. The sun is, like I said, the sun is still out. Give y'all a shot here. So anyhow, the chickens have been kind of digging all around the base of the run, inside the run, almost like they're trying to dig a hole to China. So anyway, well, I'm gonna go over here and see how it's going. So after we put the chicken coop out here, we decided that we were going to put down a security skirt. And so let me show you real quick. So most of y'all have seen that we put down a skirt just for predator protection. So we stapled that to the 2x4s that we set the coop on, and we put yard staples in the wire mesh so that predators won't necessarily dig under. But we never thought about the chickens actually inside the coop or inside the run digging and starting to dig out underneath. And it's going to be hard to show from the inside because the chickens are nuts and they won't let me get in there without trying to run out. But hopefully I can show you over here on the corner. So I'll turn you around. Can y'all see this? Can y'all see right here? I don't know how well that shows on camera, but they have dug a good 3 inches at least past the outside edge of the 2x4 that the run sits on. So hopefully this week sometime I'll be able to get out here with a rake or a shovel and get in the coop or get in the run and fill up that hole. And there's a couple of spots around inside that aren't quite so bad, but they keep digging and we don't want it to become a problem. So I'll get in there at some point soon and I will put dirt back up in those holes. And I don't know if I will need to get something like a piece of plywood or some other material to put over the dirt once I put it in there so they don't continue to dig in the corners. But anyway, I'll figure it out. But like I said, it's not something I ever thought about. Why are they trying to dig out? That's why at some point we're going to give them more space. We'll give them more room out here with an addition to the run or something like that. We don't know exactly what it'll look like or when it'll happen, but that's why we're trying to do things for them so they're not bored. That's why here a video or two ago Kelly made a snack jar, and I'll try to link that right here. And she made a snack jar that they can poke at and pick at, and so they seem to like that pretty good. But we're thinking about maybe getting a swing. Maybe we should get one of those little kids xylophones and hang on the wall of the wall of the run, so they can peck at and make some noise with. Hey, if you guys got any good ideas for things that would keep the ladies entertained throughout the day so they're not so bored, drop them down in the comments and let us know maybe what you have tried that works. Yeah, so yeah, appreciate that. Anyway, right now I've got to see if I can keep the girls from getting out while I get their water out and go clean it out and fill it up. So I just thought I'd bring y'all out here with me. But first, I'm going to check and see if we have any eggs. Oh, well, hello. Scoot over. Looky, looky. 2 eggs. Come on. Well, shoot. Go back. Sorry about that. One of the problems with this coop, the way it's made, the egg door here, whenever you open it, the shavings that I have in there for bedding, they come out and they get caught right here inside. So where it closes, it's supposed to be wood on wood, but whenever you get the bedding in between that, it forces it to it forces the door up some, and so it's hard to close and hard to latch. And so right there I had to clean it out because I couldn't get it latched on one side. So anyway, but we got 2 eggs. We got 1 egg earlier in the afternoon that I found, and last week we had our very first 4 egg day, and so that's super exciting. And we were not sure if we were going to get 4 eggs in a day, but we were excited to have that happen. And so we've had a lot of days where we get 3, a lot of days where we get 2. We've only had 1 day, maybe 2 days since they really started laying that we haven't gotten any. So we're averaging right around 2.5 eggs a day. So anyway, all right, I'm going to go ahead and get busy and start taking care of the water. Shoot. Back. Get back. Yeah, get back. Ha. Hey. Stop. Come on. Oh my gosh. Okay, so y'all, they're nuts. I know you probably couldn't tell, but Mildred, our Rhode Island Red, anytime the door's open, man, she is ready to come out. She is ready to run. She's ready to check things out. She is probably she is probably the most inquisitive of all the four. She is the one who wants to do something different. She wants to do something new. She wants to be an escape artist. And who knows? But by all rights, it is a small area that they are in. But usually I try to do this water either before I open their door, or in the morning before I open their door, or after I shut the door in the evening. But it's kind of cold. It'll be kind of cold in the morning. It'll be cold this evening. And I wanted to make sure I had it done while the sun was still up, so I'm not trying to fiddle with it in the dark or with flashlight and stuff like that. So anyway, I got it done. It was not as, I don't know, it wasn't as easy as it usually is, because not only did Mildred, but 2 or 3 of the others were ready just to run out the door. And so trying to corral them, sometimes I will go ahead and I'll get them a snack and get them up in the coop before I mess with anything inside the run. But I didn't even think about that this time, because my brain is elsewhere, I guess. Because Cincinnati Bengals, hooday! They just won against Buffalo Bills, and so next week they will be playing to see if they get into the Super Bowl for the 2nd year in a row. So there you go. And y'all, who do you root for? NFL. I don't root a whole lot. It's just because I lived in the Cincinnati area for 9 years, so by default, that's the team that I root for. The one team I root against every time, regardless of who they're playing, everybody's my favorite team if they're playing against the Dallas Cowboys. So, and I know there's a lot of people out there that say it's America's team. It ain't. It's a Dallas team. It's not America's team, no matter what they say. They're just my least favorite. And I can't even tell you why. They just are. So anyway, there you go. Like I said, I don't watch a whole lot of NFL, but when the Bengals play, I pay attention. So I'm more of a player fan than I am a big team fan, just because there's players that have played at Oklahoma or Oklahoma State and whatnot, or other players that I just kind of enjoy. So anyway, Bengals won today. Hooday. And you know, I got the chickens taken care of, got their water. I'll come back out here in a little bit, give them a little snack, make sure they're up in their coop. I got to get these eggs inside, and I put them in a little thing, my little scoop, just so I didn't break them while I was trying to mess with their water. I don't need pocket omelets, as what I've heard them called, whenever you break the eggs in your pocket. So anyway, I'll leave that set right there. What else? I don't know. Anyway, so if y'all watched last summer, right? See that little contraption right there? That is the solar powered mole and gopher deterrent. And so what it does, it vibrates and makes a little tone every 30 seconds. And it's supposed to keep moles and gophers away for like 60 feet, 50 to 60 feet. Well, for the most part, it's done pretty good. But this weekend, so here's the gopher deterrent, and 5 feet over here is a gopher mound. and another gopher mound, and 1, 2, 3 more gopher mounds, and 6, 7, 12 more. Stupid gophers. I walked out here this morning, and this one right here, this little mound right there, when I walked out here this morning, little head was poked out, pushing dirt up. Stupid little gopher. It's almost like this gopher deterrent is actually calling them in by the herd. And so I've got to figure out what to do, because I hate gopher mounds. We got pockets of gopher mounds all over the yard. We got some over there. We got some around the corner of the house. We got some in between the house and the shop. Over here in our garden spot, we have gopher mounds everywhere. Over past this tree right there, they're all over the place. And driving down the road, there might be a hillside, not like a big hill or anything like that, but there might be a sloped hillside. It might have 30 gopher mounds. So I don't know why the gopher population has exploded this year or in the last 4 or 5 months or so, but it has. So anyway, also one more thing that I just want to share with you guys. Oh, they're up at the end of the pasture. If you've been watching since last summer, you know that a friend of ours has had 4 heifers out here. A couple months in to them being out here, one of them sloughed off, and which basically it had been bred. The whole reason that they brought them over here was to keep them away from a bull because they're too young. Well, a bull had got to them anyway, and one of them had taken, and so it sloughed off, and it had stuff hanging out. And so basically the pregnancy didn't take, and the stuff came out. And so that was all taken care of. And here a week ago today, he said, hey, one of the other heifers out here really looks like she's maybe going to be having a baby. Said her bag's starting to fill up, and she had a pretty good sized belly. And he was talking to me at church about it, and he said if I see anything to let him know. Well, that was a week ago today, Sunday. That afternoon, when actually we had church dinner, and when I got home from church dinner, he was out here in the pasture. And just so happened, he had just pulled the baby calf out of the mama heifer. But the baby had only made it like the head came out, the shoulders came out, but it got stuck, and that's as far as it went. And the baby had died, so he had to assist it the rest of the way out. And it happens. She was too small, she was too young, she wasn't able to have an uneventful birth, and so the baby didn't make it. And a little bit later, I went out with him, and the mama, she was just laying there. She wasn't moving. She was down on her side. He tried to get her to drink some water, and she wouldn't drink. She wasn't moving her legs. She was exhausted. She would eat some alfalfa cubes, but that was all she would do. And about an hour later, he came back, and he had to put her down because she was just in a bad way. And so, y'all, that's stuff that happens whenever you're raising animals and taking care of livestock and stuff like that. And so it's kind of frustrating, kind of sad, but at the same time it happens. So he had to put it down, and he and his wife came back later with truck and the tractor, loaded both the mama and the baby up on the truck and hauled them away and took care of them. And so anyway, number 9 still out here. Love Potion still out here. She's kind of nuts too, but anyway, what are you gonna do? That's the way it goes sometimes. So anyway, you guys, thanks so much for taking time to watch today. I really appreciate it. If you like the video, please hit the like button. If you've watched this far into the video and you're not subscribed, you might as well subscribe. And ring the notification bell so you know when new stuff comes out. And y'all have a great rest of your day, whatever day it is that you are watching this. Have a wonderful week. I pray that the Lord blesses you greatly. And I will see you guys on the next video.